The Witcher 4. Let's discuss what we know so far and what conclusions can we derive from that. I have played the games and read the books, so we will try to analyze all the pieces of information that are available. First, yes, The Witcher 4 is a real game. It is in development. It is not a rumor, it was confirmed by the developers back in 2022. And The Witcher 4 isn't The Witcher 1 remake, it is a new separate game. However, it is also confirmed that The Witcher 1 remake is a thing, so we will have remakes and new games. Yes, games, because CD Projekt Red said that The Witcher 4 will be a beginning of a new trilogy. From that fact alone we can extract a lot of information, but let's go through all of the facts first, and then we will talk about the theories. Fact number 2. The new The Witcher games will be developed on Unreal Engine 5. It is a good news because that means that CD Projekt Red will be able to concentrate solely on developing the games. Before that they had to modify their own Red engine. Switching to Unreal Engine 5 will ensure less bugs, which is important because we all remember what happened with Cyberpunk 2077 on its release. Also, the Switch will ensure that the game will be good looking, and it will help CD Projekt Red to employ a lot more professionals. Now they can employ people that have already worked with Unreal Engine 5, and there were almost no people that knew how to work with their Red engine. So overall good news. Now that being said, you should not expect The Witcher 4 to be released in a year or two. They just finished working on the Phantom Liberty DLC to Cyberpunk 2077. Right now they're just beginning to increase the number of employees, so the next The Witcher game is probably at least 4 years away. However, we may see trailers popping up in like 2 years. Now, the only visual reference that we've got for The Witcher 4 is this picture. A picture of a medallion that everybody thought resembles a cat, which would mean the School of the Cat. Just refreshing your memories. There are several schools of Witchers, for example Geralt and our entire gang are from the School of the Wolf. The main difference between the schools is the fighting techniques, but aside from that, the Witchers from different schools are pretty similar to each other. Now, that picture that at first look resembles a cat made a lot of people think that the Witcher 4 main character will be Ciri. Don't see the connection? It is because Ciri doesn't have the wolf medallion like Geralt and his gang, but a cat medallion. The reason is that she is not a real Witcher, meaning that she didn't go through mutations. She was trained like a Witcher but no mutations. Thus, she didn't get a medallion, rather she won herself a medallion by killing Leo Bonnard, a bounty hunter who killed 3 Witchers. He had 3 Witcher medallions as proof of his words, and when Ciri killed him, she took the cat medallion as a trophy. So that's why she has a cat medallion, and that's why that picture with a seemingly cat medallion on it made people think that The Witcher 4 will have Ciri as the protagonist. Now, Ciri has been theorized as the main character of The Witcher 4 since The Witcher 3 release. The reason being that we've got to play as her in The Witcher 3, and for the most part gamers liked it. However, The Witcher 4 probably won't have Ciri as the protagonist, and here's why. The developers later said that it isn't a cat medallion but a lynx medallion. So the only evidence of Ciri being the protagonist of The Witcher 4 got debunked, so to speak. Now, there are more reasons why W4 won't have Ciri as the protagonist. For example, the developers said that Geralt won't have a significant role in The Witcher 4. So, if that's true, that pretty much means that Ciri won't be the protagonist, because Geralt absolutely won't just chill at Corvo Bianco while Ciri is in danger. And also, it has to be some serious danger to oppose Ciri, because Ciri is one of the most powerful creatures in the Witcher multiverse. Yes, multiverse. Her nickname, among others, is Lady of Space and Time. She can travel to another universes, and she can travel, for example, in time, which allegedly means that she can change some things in the future. So now, when the Wild Hunt is gone after The Witcher 3 ending, it is hard to imagine what could oppose her, unless it will be something new. But again, there would be no way Geralt wouldn't be involved and won't try to help. So either the developers lied, or The Witcher 4 won't have Ciri as the protagonist. However, there is a third way where Geralt wouldn't be involved in the plot and Ciri is the main character. That is, if Geralt dies. But I think it is unlikely. I mean, we all remember what happened when Naughty Dog did the thing in The Last of Us Part 2. The fans were furious. Yeah, I don't think CD Projekt Red wants that. So all the evidences are telling us that The Witcher 4 won't be about Ciri. Let's do a quick recap. 1. The medallion is not Ciri's, it belongs to someone else. 2. The story of Geralt ended and there is no way he would stand by when Ciri is in danger. 3. There is nothing that could oppose Ciri as she is the most powerful creature known to us. Of course, there's always a chance that she'll be the protagonist, however the chances are pretty low. Though I would like a game about Ciri, about her journey through worlds, when she was hiding from the Wild Hunt. It would be a very different game as she would travel through worlds, so it wouldn't be a traditional The Witcher 3 type of game with open world, but rather a relatively short linear game. And yes, this type of game also won't be The Witcher 4, because W4 is supposed to be a beginning of a new trilogy. Now, it is pretty hard to predict what will be the story of The Witcher 4. The main reason for that is that all the plot lines from the books are over with The Witcher 3. White Frost is no more, the Wild Hunt is defeated, the war between the Northern Kingdoms and Nilfgaard ended, one way or another. And not only that, there is a little room for politics in general, because again, one way or another, the Northern Kingdoms are no more. They are united. So there's a little room for a plot like in The Witcher 2. That's actually a big issue because with The Witcher 3, CD Projekt Red tied themselves pretty hard. So they will have to come up with the whole plot from scratch and not being backed by any book storyline. New main character, new challenges, new bad guys, new enemies, and new friends. That's pretty hard. However, I believe that they will be able to pull it off. They have done such an incredible job continuing the story of the books that I have no doubts. Now, let's talk about one theory that I have. Maybe someone came up with it before, but I never heard anyone saying it. You see, throughout the whole video I have been saying The Witcher 4, The Witcher 4, The Witcher 4, but the developers are denying the title The Witcher 4. They are saying that it is a new trilogy, so it would be weird to put the number 4 on it. I see no problem putting a number 4 on a new trilogy. However, what if The Witcher 4 won't be chronologically after The Witcher 3, but before? It is just a theory, but it makes so much sense. It is sorta what happened with Star Wars movies. It was a trilogy and then the prequels came out, and the first movie became the fourth movie. To me it makes a lot of sense, because the developers are denying the number 4 too hard. It seems like a thing that the developers wouldn't mind, but they do, and a lot. It is as if there is a reason for that, beyond the new trilogy. Making a prequel has a lot of benefits. First, you don't have to deal with the endings of The Witcher 3. What endings would be canon, I mean. And you could tie a new story to the lore, sorta to have a backbone, to not create the plot from scratch. Furthermore, the School of Links is never mentioned. Why is that? Maybe it doesn't exist nowadays. Maybe it was destroyed. Of course, it may not exist yet, or it always existed and we didn't hear about it, but that's a low probability. The world kinda doesn't need more Witchers, there are few monsters left nowadays. Do you see how this theory makes sense? Again, let's do a little recap. 1. CDPR are denying the number 4 on the title. 2. Going back in time would lift a lot of pressure of choosing the canon ending. 3. It will give a backbone to the story. 4. The School of Links probably existed in the past and doesn't exist now. For now, this theory makes the most sense. With only these crumbs of information, I think I extracted a lot of conclusions, theories and facts. I think it deserves at least a like. And check out some of my other videos. See if you would like them. Overall, I make videos about a broad variety of video game topics, so subscribe to the channel. Now about the gameplay, there's not a lot of things to recommend. The Witcher 3 combat was pretty cool. Probably more variety would be nice, especially with alchemy. Maybe to make the battles against monsters more dependent on the studying the weaknesses of the monsters. Like you would need to be better prepared. Because in The Witcher 3, if you are not playing at the highest difficulty, there's pretty much no reason to study your enemies. so it would be cool if in W4 the weaknesses of the enemies would have a greater importance. A little off topic, but I think it is a great example of what we need in The Witcher 4. So, when I was fighting Consort Radahn in Elden Ring, I felt like a Witcher. I was choosing my clothes to have lightweight to have a fast roll. I chose the magic damage boost tier and damage resistant tier for mixed physique. I would drink it at the beginning of phase 2 to have the effects when I needed them the most. I chose the right talismans to compensate for my armor absence, that would protect me against physical and holy damage. I had holy damage resistance spell. Aside from my usual Moonveil sword, I had the Black Knife, because it takes away 10% of HP right away, and it delays the second phase by 10% of HP, and things like that. My point being that I had to be prepared and have a strategy, just like a Witcher. It may be achieved not only through extreme difficulty like with Consort Radahn, but also by having high bonuses. For example, for applying oils and drinking potions. For example, in The Witcher 3, oils had plus 10%, plus 25%, and the strongest one plus 50% to attack power. For example, in The Witcher 4, basic oils would have plus 30%, and the strongest one would have plus 80 or even plus 100% to attack power. And in my opinion, it shouldn't be a matter of player's build. It should be a matter of basic necessity. Now, thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos, because why not?